When you walk through the front door of the Martin house, you're being pulled by the walkway which leads to the conservatory. Your eye is drawn through that space, so you kind of don't even pay attention to the fireplace.
Every year, the Martin House brings in 2 creative residents to create a new contemporary work of art inspired by something here on Martin House campus.
They reside here anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks. They're lucky to live in the gardener's cottage during that time period. They engage with the house, the community. They have full access to the property.
We've had dancers, we've had musicians, we've had poets.
We're really fortunate to say that we've started with installation art with the work of Cheyenne Concepcion.
Right in the center of the floor plan is the hearth. And then from that point, everything gets oriented. So I think that's like super cool.
When Cheyenne's application came through, she was really interested in reimagining the central fireplace.
Each floor, you can see at the center of the floor plan, this kind of strong monolith structure. I kind of investigated that a little and found out it was the central fireplace. I loved it because you think about everything is horizontal on the site in a lot of his work, but this vertical element kind of stood out to me on the plan.
And that's actually something that Lloyd Wright really worked on in his designs. He often started with the design of the fireplace. He really felt the hearth was the heart of the home.
1, 2. It just took coordination on site, so I had a lot of help doing that. To create the works, I just tried to replicate the patterning, so I created the grid of the mosaic tile, and then I cut actual wisteria off the site and taped it onto my transfer paper. I have to dye these large pieces of fabric, and it's very sensitive to light, so we created this dark room in the basement of the gardener's cottage, which is really cool. And I was just kind of down there for 2 days, just dyeing stuff in the dark.
So you should feel like you've sort of walked into the blueprint, you've seen the house, and now you're getting sort of the behind the scenes of how it was designed.
These 4 are part of Wright's structural elements that go throughout the home. Sometimes he hides bookcases between them, so these are the structural beams, and then he places these, or various things. It's not only cabinetry.
Contemporary art is such a great way to allow people to think about things they may not have thought about or in ways they haven't thought about. It brings a whole new lens, which we think is really important and special at our historic home.
There's a textile called a binnacle weaving in the Philippines. It kind of tricks your eye and creates an optical illusion as if there's movement in the grid.
And that's what's also nice about the creative residency. It explores all the themes that relate to Martin House, which runs the gamut from music to mathematics.
When I was walking through the site the first time, I kind of experienced the light, which became second part of what I wanted to build here. And you can't really experience that on the computer. You can't look at that on a plan. It has to hit your face and filter through the art glass.
So when you come to the Martin House, you're always going to get a different experience, and the creative residency program is a big part of that. How do we continue to interpret this house for modern times? How do we continue to be a part of that for the future? And of course, Lloyd Wright and Darwin Martin, they were both futurists. They both want us to always be pushing the envelope. And so the creative residency program is a part of how we do that.